I don't have a witty intro. This intro sucks.
Hello. You have anything nice to say to the nice YouTube people? They're gonna be watching this thing. All 5 people, at most. Anything at all. Hmm? Or you just want to fall asleep? You just want bacon, don't you? Or you just want to fall asleep? Oh. Well, there you go. We almost caught you puking. You puke on command. Or not, I don't care. Anyways, I only film you for another 10 seconds, then anything more than that is beyond our meager budget. So enjoy the show. Happy New Year. I don't know what's going to be on this thing, but there you go. What's the running time? Oh, we're over 140. Oh, okay, so we're over budget. We're broke. Bye. Shot into coffee, which is starting to get a little cold. That's okay. I'm used to it by now. So here's the deal. I had a much more elaborate New Year's gimmick, which is to say a longer one with more stuff. And I had that all ready to go. And when I tried to render it, Vegas decided that no, we're not going to do this, and crashed. Tried this 2, 3 times. It crashed. I left the thing to render overnight. Decided to go to sleep. Stalled. And I said, you know what? Fuck it. I'll just do this shorter thing. This abridged version, which means only a couple gimmicks. And yeah, it's irritating. You know, to put time into something that, mind you, time that would have been better spent in bed, sleeping, especially this past month. But what are you gonna do? You know, shit happens and all that stuff. And we're off to a fantastic start with this 2020 New Year, new decade, whatever. Anyways. So I had some coffee. Just woke up. I just really woke up a short while ago. Yeah, indulge myself in that because I'm in that kind of mood. And yeah, so I don't know what I'm going to put in this thing, but we'll start with some pickups and at least one Christmas gift. Not much there, mostly money and gift cards and stuff like that. Did put some of that to good use, and you know, Boxing Day, Boxing Week now, because they want everyone to take advantage of this stuff, not just the people who show up on the 26th of December, where I usually avoid Boxing Day because that's where the real shit show is. That's where everybody piles up the stores, and it's like that's where you get all the best deals, you know. But that's also where everybody shows up, and you know, you want to get the one item, and it's not there because everyone's got to it before you do, and there's these long ass lines, and on some now it's gotten to a point of someone I know actually went to on Boxing Day like a year or so ago. And actually saw a fight broke out because somebody got the last item of a particular kind or something, and then the fight broke out. And I don't know if that story is true because I've avoided Boxing Day like the plague, but sometimes you have to get life's necessities and things like that. So eventually I relented, went to Best Buy, and I Boxing Day, December 26th, I stay at home. You know, that to me is a day home because it's holidays and stuff like that, and you take the time off. And but whenever you're able to go during the rest of the week, because it's Boxing Week now, which is the last few days of the year. You go by and you find a thing, and I found this thing for really, really cheap. This AverMedia Live Gamer Ultra, which is supposed to output 4K footage or something to your TV, but it can record 1080p 60 frames per second, which is more important to me because now I could record Switch footage and not have it be choppy, PP, that sort of thing, whatever it is. And it works pretty well. It actually works on a lot more devices than the old Hogpog thing that I had for several years now. And don't get me wrong, that thing's pretty good, but you eventually get to a point where you need something a little bigger and a little better, and this isn't bigger, but it is a little better, so that's something. So it's a nice little Christmas gift to myself. It was something I didn't think I was going to get, but I figured, hey, give it a shot. It was the last one sitting at a Best Buy, so I bought it. It was fairly cheap, cheaper than what was advertised. What usually goes for like 200 to something. I probably got it for like a lot less than that. So that was Christmas money, some Christmas money put to good use, and we'll get some mileage out of this. I'm pretty sure. So that's something. It's good for me because I got something to archive and stuff like that, and something to play with, and also potentially, hopefully, something good for this channel here, because that means more high def stuff. Though I was probably going to just stick with the DVD recordings because that's easier. I'm rambling a bit here, but that's the name of the channel. As of this moment, who knows? I might change it to something else later down the line, because I'm in one of those moods. But yeah, but aside from that, that's like a pickup. That's partly a Christmas money. I got another Christmas gift laying around somewhere, but we'll get to those later. We'll get the pickups out of the way first, because those are usually the most fun. So we got Mario is Missing for the Super Nintendo. Last minute pickup, I guess. Now I got this, and I got the Time Machine one, which is laying around somewhere. And between the two, I think this is the better game, because you do more stuff. Mind you, it's not the best game. It's still one of those edutainment games, which, the edutainment part is it's at least a little better. You roam around the town, you talk to people, you learn stuff, and then you have to find artifacts, you bring them to the thing, and you ask a couple questions, and, you get them right, you return the thing, you get it wrong, they accuse you of being a fake, and it's actually quite a bit of fun within the context of it's an edutainment title. Don't expect too much out of it. And it was fairly cheap too, about a couple bucks. So I figured, why not? This one was a little pricier, but worth it. Kirby's Dream Land 3 for the Super Nintendo. So I got all the Kirby's Dream Land games unless they make a Dream Land 4. Don't care about the other Kirby stuff, Star Stacker or anything like that, or whatever. Well, you do care, if you find a copy for cheap, fine, whatever. But yeah, the main ones, I guess, before they decide to go in different numbers. Anyways, I've never actually played this all that much. I've only dabbled in it in that Wii collection that I got a few years back, but never really sat down and gave it any ample amount of time. So maybe that'll change. It's got a nice art style and all that. So one of these days we'll give that a shot. Another interesting find, more or less. We got Robotron X for the PlayStation. It's basically, a few years back I bought a review thing called Robotron 64, which was basically a remake of Robotron 2084. This is basically the PlayStation equivalent of that game. A lot of techno tunes, a lot of stuff, I guess. Not much else to say there. We got Resident Evil 2 for the Dreamcast, which I didn't even know, or probably just forgot this was a thing on the Dreamcast, but there you go. That'd be good. It'd be a nice excuse to pull up the Dreamcast for once, which has been languishing somewhere. And a couple Switch games. We got Bayonetta 2. It also includes Bayonetta as a full game download, which is like whatever. Most people are like finicky over like, how dare you only include one game on the card and have to download the other, and I'm like, I don't care. Well, it's like, I got Bayonetta 2. If I get the download for Bayonetta 1, great. It's like the Mega Man Legacy collection. They include one collection on the cart and the other it just leaves behind. But the way I see it, you get the one good collection on the cart and the collection of less than desirables for some people. You don't download, but whatever. Yeah, sorry about the jump cut. A couple of Jehovah Witnesses was on the door, and I heard a banging thing, and yeah, whatever. Nobody cares about that. Anyways, next up, another game for the Switch. Yeah, Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. Of course I did. It was cheap and stuff like that. Actually, not. And the Switch games, for the most part, have been brand new, with a couple exceptions here that I don't remember which, but yeah, a copy of Super Smash Brothers in the local flea market, so it's cheaper than usual, which is a good thing. I'm not going to complain. It's a brand new game, not untouched and anything like that, so it's still in the wrapping. Well, it was in the wrapping. I unwrapped it and I started playing the game, because that's what you do when you buy stuff brand new. You unwrap them and you play them. Leave it in a little fucking shelf, and never mind. That's a discussion for another time. And yeah. Anyways, the Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening, the remake of the Game Boy game. Actually, one of my favorite Zelda games. Actually, and I've only sampled the Switch for a bit, but it's promising. I like the art style and all that, and it's like Chibi Link is nice and cute and all, and stuff like that. Actually, this was a gift from a friend. He wanted to get Breath of the Wild, but I'm happier with this, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm sure Breath of the Wild is a wonderfully made game. It looks beautiful for the most part, but this was the one I was looking forward to the most, which is a remake of an old game. Imagine that. And we got, Batman the Telltale series for PlayStation 3, which is a season pass disc, and only the first episode is on here. And then you go to the Switch shop, and you got the whole season apparently for like $5. And the way I see it, I'll play it on the PlayStation 3. If it's worth a damn, I'll get the rest of the series. Or apparently this is supposed to be the whole thing, but you gotta download the rest, assuming. But this is a used copy or something. I don't know. Oh, I just bought it. Okay, might as well give the thing a shot because everybody's raving over it, I guess. I never tried a Telltale thing, so figured why not. Sorry about the jump cut again. The dog needed to go outside, because of course she did. She's a dog. She has to go do bodily functions outside, which is not so bad. It's actually nice and warm. Which is nice before the eventual snowstorm hits and everything's covered with coke and nobody knows how to fucking drive. Anyways, last item. We saved the best for, I don't know if we call it the best, but it's an item with that I've mocked and ridiculed somewhat, kind of, sort of, and said I would never buy for the full price. And somebody mentioned, when I talk about these things, that I eventually get it. They're half right, but I didn't buy it. Anyways. Finally got a PlayStation old stuff, or the PlayStation Classic, as some people like to call it. So this originally retailed for about $100 US, $129.99 in Canada, and so I was hesitant to pick it up because it only had like 20 games, none of them which were, to me, worth a damn. Like, to you, you might find some value in Rainbow Six or whatever the case may be, but not for me. Then they tried to drop the price to $79.99, $59.99, $29.99, $10. How much did I pay for this thing? Absolutely nothing. It was given to me by a friend at work with a couple controllers, no box, but all the stuff that I'd need to make this thing work, I got. And seemed to work well enough. We're going to hook it up to that AverMedia thing to see if that's one PlayStation thing I can record. because the PS3 has the the HCDP whatever protection that prevents you from recording HDMI. So you gotta get another gimmick for that, which is like fantastic. But hey, they're trying to protect their IP and keep people from recording stuff. You could record stuff, you just use the composite and the component cables, and the quality will be not quite there, but it's something, I suppose. I got another gimmick laying around where I could convert the AV stuff to HDMI. We'll see if that works eventually. But yeah, I got a little PlayStation old stuff thing, and I didn't have to pay a cent for it. It was given away, which I appreciate that. Saves me a bit of money. Yeah, that's all I got. So those are the pickups for the past month or so, and it's all right. It's a nice bit of stuff, I guess. Yeah, that's all I got. Anyways, I guess you know what, to make it worthwhile, I did actually test some footage for this thing. We'll probably play that. We'll see if we can play it right now, actually. Oh, stand by.
Okay, so I got everything set up here, so we're gonna see if this fucking thing works, and turn it on. Signs, can switch the signal, and here we are. Sony Interactive Entertainment. I remember that from when I was a kid. Except I wasn't a kid, I was a teenager, and I was already on DOS, but whatever. Anyways, selection of games on this here PlayStation old stuff. We got Battle Arena Toshinden, have that on already. Gold Borders 2, meh. Destruction Derby, Final Fantasy VII, everyone's favorite. I finally got a copy of Final Fantasy VII, and it's built into a console that I got for free. Oh well, better than nothing, I guess. Grand Theft Auto, the first. Intelligent Cube, Jumping Flash, I have that off the PlayStation Store and a PS3. Metal Gear Solid, Mr. Driller, Oddworld, Rayman, Resident Evil, Persona, Ridge Racer Type 4, Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo, Siphon Filter, Tekken 3, Rainbow Six, Twisted Metal, and Wild Arms. We got a couple games in there I'm never going to fucking touch, though. That's already a positive sign right there. But I've played some of these already, in some form or fashion. I've got Battle Arena. I've got Tekken. Those are fun games. I actually did. First game I tried on this was Mr. Driller, but we're not going to play that because that's a fun game, and I don't want to spend too much time on that game, to be honest with you. So that might be a game worth getting some mileage out of the PlayStation console here, but. Yeah, I wasn't thrilled with the selection when I first heard about it, and looking at it here, look, there's a reason why I held off buying this thing, and there's a reason why someone had to give it to me for free in order to get my hands on it. So we're gonna sell it with Puzzle Fighter, because I figure why not? Puzzle Fighter's a fun game, a nice, casual, little. Nice down-to-earth little puzzle game where you match gems and stuff and you use bombs to blow them up. Nice casual thing before, after a couple levels they start pounding the difficulty on you. But that's okay. I have no problem with that. We're just gonna play one round and be done with it. Just to see if this thing works the way it's supposed to. And I guess, yeah, thank you, Capcom. Lower that a bit. On my end. It's a fun game. Of course, the obvious question with Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo is there a Puzzle Fighter 1? I guess that's the joke, because everyone figured Street Fighter 2 was its own thing. Because let's forget Street Fighter the first exists, and while we're at it, let's forget Street Fighter 2010 was a thing on the NES. But anyways, I'm just gonna go through the options. Again, keep the difficulty. I'm not gonna play that much anyways. Keep the music. Change the configuration to something that I'm more comfortable with. There we go. Square, left, X, right. Keep it nice, classic Super Nintendo mapping. I'm tempted to go easy because I just want to be over and done with. But again, we're just playing one round, so I don't know. Tough decision picking this difficulty. If I could just go normal. I want to just go Ryu. No. So, they got chibi little figures. Cute little chibi figures. I don't mind I don't mind cute things. It's when things that are perceived as cute aren't really that irritate me, and I want them to die and stuff. But it's the new year. Well, you're watching this in the new year. I'm still recording it in the old year. So, anyways, so for those of you who've never played Puzzle Fighter, you have to group these light-colored gems, and you use these circle bomb things to blow the gems up, which will in turn cascade more gems onto your opponent's side and that sort of thing, because it's a competitive puzzle game, as most puzzle games are usually, by nature, I suppose. Yeah, I'm gonna try and make a big blue gem thing. I don't know why I did that, but whatever, it's done now. We're gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. But I want to go down here and go there. No. I want more gems. Give me more gems. No. Not better enough, I suppose. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Why did I pick this game? Why couldn't I pick something easier? Oh, we got a chain at least. That's kind of fun. So we could do this, and that'll give me another chain, right? Is that how it works? Huh? Hooray! We wins! And yep. Don't tell me you only know how to play fighting games. I'm not gonna touch that. Okay, so our next opponent is Sakura, but it's not our next opponent because we're gonna start this thing. So, what's? Oh wait, I forgot. The big button is the open button, and the reset button is in the side here. Okay, sorry. See, I'm used to the PlayStation. I'm used to the PS1 re-release, which is the smaller model, which only had 2 buttons. So, yeah, I don't have this particular PlayStation. I had the other one, but whatever. Let's skip it. Next.
Yep. That's the end of the video. It's also the end of my coffee. And we're not quite there yet, but there you go. Yeah, so sorry if this wasn't special enough. Like I said, I had something more elaborate planned, but that went up a kite, so this is what we got for a New Year's special. So I got something else in the can that I might upload in the weekend or something like that, and then from there it's relative radio silence for a couple of weeks before, so we could get some stuff in order and maybe start building a backlog of stuff, I guess. But yeah, so have a happy New Year, all the best, and here's a better year than the last, which is what I'd say regardless of whether the previous year was good or bad. Yeah, the year 2019 was like, it was a thing that happened, and let's just move on. So be safe, all the best, thanks for watching, till next time, take care, good night, and I guess here's a peek at what I could upload this Sunday or something. I don't know. I'll roll the extra clip. We gotta have a nice, playable, arcade-perfect version of Mortal Kombat for little kids to play. Now, for those of you who don't know what old Mortal Kombat looked like, it's the one that looked like this.
Sub-Zero win. Fatality.